Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com here with the Puck Dogs, Rod and Chris. Got that right finally. And of course, it is Free For All Friday. That means all the questions come from the audience. So no games off limits. That includes anything going on this weekend. Includes just about anything at all. There's no question outside of religion or politics that's off limits. So feel free to fire away. I don't know, coming off of a light day in sports, coming on to another fairly light day. Not much NHL going on today, but how about the Red Wings last night, Rod? What did you
I
think
know,
of
right?
it?
Well,
It's good. You know, it was going to happen. It's like I
it's
talk about all
inevitable,
the time.
right? They can't lose them all every game.
I mean, they were at home, but I was banking on Winnipeg picking up their road form. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that didn't
mean,
look any road for them.
but I mean, you look if you watch like the highlights, the first three goals were just all bad bounces. So that's the hockey god saying your time is coming.
but that
Yeah.
is that's hockey. That's sports.
Hockey puck.
We know that. We've seen it throughout the years. It's not always the beautiful, spinorama. It sometimes
No.
it's sometimes sometimes it's the lucky bounce. We've seen it a lot of times. We've seen great shots hit crossbars. We've seen not so good ones just slide past things. We've seen the greatest goalies of all time just have one slip right through their legs on a shot from center ice. I mean, it happens. It's all part of the game.
We have the defenseman shoot the puck off the goalie's foot and it goes into the net and
It
knocks you
happens.
out of the playoffs.
Yeah, it
Happen to
happens.
do it. It happens.
It happens. That's why they play the games.
Yep.
But overall, I think you guys did pretty well yesterday. I know that my NBA picks were pretty off, I would say, but my premium picks were on. So I don't. This is never going to be an infomercial for my premium picks. It's just not what this is about. But I'm just saying they were. But sometimes my picks are off, but my premium picks, and sometimes it goes the other way. Or my free picks, I'm hitting everything in sight, and I can't hit a premium pick. It happens. It happens both ways. Sometimes I can't hit anything. Sometimes I hit everything. It's the nature of the beast.
Yep.
But good morning to everyone that's joining us. It is Free For All Friday, so if you have any questions regarding games, just throw it right up and we will put it right here on the board. Of course, I got the Puck Dogs with me. Decent NBA schedule. Not much in college, but tomorrow we have a good college schedule, at least the healthy size one. I'll be doing tons of college football videos, college basketball videos today. Of course, we got Army-Navy tomorrow. And how about the Ravens and the Jets? Man, you see a public underdog like the Jets last night, it is the kiss of death. You see the public jumping on an underdog like that, you might as well just mail it in. And that's pretty much what happened in this one, in that one.
The Ravens just look unstoppable.
Yeah, well, against the Jets, a lot of teams have looked unstoppable too. So you got to just keep that in mind as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm not including just the Jets game. These Ravens are rolling.
They're rolling. I mean, the 49ers went toe-to-toe with them in that game. And, like we saw last night, it happens everywhere.
Yep.
But good morning to everyone. Be sure to hit the like button. People starting to join us, guessing those notifications are starting to go out. Of course, if you haven't done so, subscribe to our channel. But this is actually more than one football game tomorrow. Randy covered all those FCS games over at Pick Dogs. So if you go take a look over there, he's got it. So here's Scott's got a question. Lakers minus 5.5 at the Heat. I like the Heat in this game. I love the way the Heat have been playing. I think, with the Lakers being on the road, I think the Heat have the edge here. And, I think the Heat have kind of been one of my teams this season. And not kind of have been. They have been one of my teams this season. So they've been just clearly getting it done. And really, that's what it's all about. When you think about the best teams in the Eastern Conference, the first things that come out of your mouth are usually Bucks, Sixers, Celtics maybe, But when you look at the Miami Heat, they have a better record than all those teams except for the Bucks. So they've been really, really good. The line opened in this one at 4.5. It's 5.5 now. The Heat, while we talked about Boston's home winning streak and Toronto's home winning streak and all those other things, the Heat are 11-0 straight up at home as well. So this is a team that's certainly got it done. And you want to talk about a miserable of long road trips. Try flying from LA to Miami sometime. Nothing fun about it. I live in a place where it's always a long road trip no matter where I go. And it's just, I can't even describe it to people just how hard it is, when I travel. It takes days. Sometimes I never catch up when I travel. I go, if I travel to the East Coast, like I did last summer, it was basically a 6-hour time difference for me. So, at 12 in the afternoon, it's like 6 in the morning for me, and it really feels like it.
And it feels like it. Oh yeah.
It feels like it.
Jet lag is real.
We got to pick dog cards to write this stuff on. No more pieces of paper.
Nice.
But I'm gonna go with the Heat here. You guys have any opinion on this thing?
I got to go opposite. I'm going to take the Lakers here. There's a couple players out for the Heat tonight, and it just leaves them. I think the Lakers will. For me, it just doesn't feel. I get what you're saying. The Heat are a good team. I backed them a lot. I got to take the Lakers in this spot. Gets out. Winslow's out. There's some players out for the Heat that
hasn't stopped them yet. How about you?
No, I know. I understand that. I just think, and AD is back tonight. I can't bet against the Lakers right now.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah. I'm going to side with the over. I see it. A lot of points in this one.
I love the under. That's just me.
I like the under too.
LeBron James and Anthony Davis are two of the best defensive players in history. That's why the Lakers are good. They're two of the best defensive players in history, and the Heat played great defense. I just think that Spoelstra is so much the better coach here. So much. It's not even. It's men against boys. I like the Heat here. The Lakers aren't going to win them all, and that certainly is a winnable spot. I'm not doing this one. Do you guys have any pick on this game? Bulls Hornets. I can only do a game, even though it's Free For All Friday. I can only do a game 3 times. I can't do it 5. I just don't have it in me. How about you, Rod? You got a pick here?
Well, it's definitely not my favorite game on the board. That's for sure. But I would leave the Bulls at home.
How about you, Chris?
The Bulls have done nothing for me all season, so I'm going to go with Charlotte.
Charlotte's not a bad road team, that's for sure. They're a team, they're our type of team. They don't win a lot of games, but they certainly cover a lot of spreads. Pacers Hawks over under 223. I think this is a tough call as far as the total goes, because I think maybe go with the over, No, actually the under. I think the Pacers are going to dictate the pace here, and I think they can score at will. I don't think the Hawks will be able to in this game. I'm going to take the Pacers. I mean the over. The under. All right.
One of those.
All sides are covered. we got the over and the under.
Hawks, Pacers, over, under, money line, point spread.
Can't lose.
I'll just post my ticket after the game.
Yeah. Can't lose.
I think for April Fools, we should all wear suits with watches at the big diamond pinky rings and be these handicaps. You can't lose, and just talk about what we did yesterday.
What we did yesterday.
Just only show yesterday's tickets. And only the winners. Chris, any thoughts here on this game? Obviously,
I like the under, and I like the Pacers as well.
Rod?
Yeah, same boat for me. I like the Pacers, and I like the under.
Nebraska, Indiana over under 142.5. Uh,
Yikes.
I kind of like the under here as well. I just think that I think the Big Ten games have been so weird this season. I could see Indiana winning by 20 points easily, and I could also see it being, you know, 80-60. You know, I just don't. I don't think. I know that the Big Ten games have just been so weird. You know, totally weird. Anything from you guys on this?
I lean under there.
Yeah, so will I.
I guess some people in the Facebook group, they don't like that I don't like that we have rules, so they're gonna have to go. You guys take the next one. I'm gonna handle this. It's one question per person. Yeah, we're not gonna sit here and debate our rules. Go ahead. It's Rockets versus Magic +7. Chris, take it away.
Yeah, I've definitely gone back and forth in this one, and I'm a little bit gun shy to jump back on with the Rockets after looking like they might have lost against Cleveland. I think it might have been a wake-up call, but I still think Orlando's going to be able to keep it reasonably close. I'll take a shot with Orlando +7.
And for me, the Rocks are 5-2 ATS last 7 games following a loss. I'll go with the Rockets here. I think they can cover this Friday night.
I like the Magic in this one. Who'd you take, Chris? I'm sorry, I'm still looking at this stupid thing in the Facebook group.
That's okay. I took the Magic.
Yeah, I like the Magic as well. Yeah, if you're in our Facebook group and you don't like the rules, then there's nothing keeping you there. We love our Facebook group. I hope everybody stays, but if you're in there just to say I won, I always do, I told you so, thank me later or whatever, then I don't need it. I mean, imagine if just us three, okay? I'm saying, we have a group of over 2,000 people now, and it's going to be 20,000. We know that. Imagine if every pick that we made that we won, we went in there and said, I told you so, and just listed every pick, and or every pick we made, every time we said, oh, thank me later on this one. It's like, yeah, Rod, thanks for giving me the Winnipeg Jets yesterday. No
problem.
It's so stupid. It's like, what is I don't understand what the benefit to you is by saying something like that. It's like the idea is to say, this is my pick, this is why I'm making the pick, this is why I feel this way, and let's if you feel differently, let us know so we can come together in a consensus and say, hey man, maybe you talked me off of a real bad loser, maybe I talked you off of a loser. But let's do it together. It's not about, I won and you won and I did this and they did this and oh man, thank me later and I give it. It's like, it's just stupid. It's like juvenile. Man, have your own group do it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a running contest in there.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's just.
It's not. So we're all trying to get winners here.
Anyways, this There's always one, you know. There's always one. Friday the 13th, you know.
Oh, it
There's
is.
one idiot. It's like, imagine if we just did this show, and the whole thing of the show was just talking about yesterday, you know. Let's just do a whole show on it. How many people would even watch that? Who cares? Who cares? You know? Team A versus Team B with the point spread. Team A versus Team B. Colorado minus 4.5 with the point spread. Colorado minus 4.5 versus Colorado State. I like Colorado in this one. I just think they're the better team. We've seen Colorado State play some of the big boys. Now I'm all off my game, man. But Colorado versus Colorado State. I like Colorado in this one. They got handled at Kansas, and then they were in a horrible spot after that against Northern Iowa. I gave Northern Iowa's dog of the day. Oh, thank me later on that one. And it's like it's after the game. Here, I gave Northern Iowa. Go bet it. Oh, that's right. The game is over. I knew Northern Iowa was going to win. That's like, what the hell does that mean?
What do you mean I can't bet this now?
Anyways, I think that Colorado was just a little shaken up after that loss to Kansas, and Northern Iowa is a handful this year to begin with. They only have the one loss, you know, and it's like they cover just about every time out too. So I just think that was a really bad spot for them. But I think Colorado bounces back here. Colorado State is okay. They're not great. They didn't cover in that game against South Dakota State, and of course we saw them up against Duke, and that wasn't pretty. So, Chris, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I like Colorado as well. I just think that Colorado's finally shaken off that malaise from that loss to Kansas and then following up against Northern Iowa. And I just like the likes of McKinley Wright and Tyler Bay more for Colorado more than I do Nico Carvacho and Kendall Moore for Colorado State. I think Colorado wins this one by double digits.
That's what I got too. I got Colorado. I don't see Colorado State here today.
All right. I got like 6 things going on here. I'm trying to figure it all out. Oh, man. Sorry about this, guys. It's like I've been doing this show at this time for a long time, and I'm not sure why nobody knows that, you know? It's like nobody that I work with understands that this is when I do the show. All right. Nebraska versus Indiana. I like Indiana in this one. I did a video if you want to hear my detail, but I just say the Big Ten games are really, you know, they've just been crazy. The home teams have just been dominating these things. I mean, Indiana loses to Wisconsin by 20, then Illinois pounds Michigan. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense. Anyways, I'm gonna take an Indiana. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on Indiana as well. It's like you said, all the Big Ten games so far. It's hard to explain, but they've all been pretty much beat down. So I like Indiana with the points here. I mean, the points.
How about you, Rod?
Still 17 points for Indiana. They got to cover. I'll take Nebraska with the points. I thought that one up. I thought I looked at it. It was like 18 already.
Chris, what was yours? I'm sorry.
Indiana.
And how about you, Rod?
If it moved to 18, I think that line moved to 18, not 17.
It's all right.
I'll take Nebraska. Give me that 18.
Nebraska's terrible this year. They're so bad. I'm not betting this game, you know.
No, I'm not betting this game either. It's definitely not even on my sheet.
You know, it's not going to happen for me.
No. But if you want to lean, I'll take the points. Never know. Yeah, see, I got 18 already.
I just remembered why I turned off Slack notification. There it is. There it is. I like this. I like the Slack notification, but they decide to play a sound when they're doing it, and I'm watching the show. So, all right, I'm back. I'm back, guys. I'm sorry about that. And that's the beauty of having all these people on the show with me, the puck dogs, those people. Rod, what's the temperature like where you're at today?
I got up and it was minus 20 with a wind chill, making it feel like minus 30.
What kind of jacket do you wear in weather like that? Is it a parka or you got the full hood thing? What's going on here with the gear?
Toque, you're definitely wearing a toque. You got a toque on your head. I have a face warmer that comes out like this, so just your eyes are poking out.
I think that you should. I would only guess that you probably wear that. Like that would only be the way that I could see you facing like the cold winter. You ever watch like Yukon Men? I could see Rob like being one of those guys. You know, it's like this is what I always want to see. I always want to see one of the Yukon Men or like two of the Yukon Men, like Stan. You know, have him on Survivor against those guys. It's like wrestling a wild elk in the woods. These guys are like picking berries, you know, starving to death. It's like Stan's got like a running toilet and water going.
Water.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, one time I was like, it was the first time I'd ever seen Yukon Men, and they ran a marathon on TV, and it was probably like 8 a.m. I started watching it, and I mean it was literally 6 o'clock at night, and I was still watching. I hadn't moved. It's just I love that show. I hope they bring it back.
Good. They should put Survivor in the winter.
Yeah.
And see how they survive.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like that would be good. Like, come on. Anybody can survive when it's hot. Like, you're not going to death.
Wouldn't you love to see those guys, like the Yukon Men, on Survivor? Like,
do a squad. Put Yukon guys on the Survivor.
We have the Yukon Men tribe. It's like,
I don't want to see them boat each other out. I don't want to see the fight that comes after that.
Can you imagine some of the weapons that these guys would make? You know, like to kill wild, trap and kill wild game out there on this island. Oh my God.
They'd be eating like kings. The other tribe would be like, what the? That's not even fair.
And then you got the two guys with the big beards. They tied them off into like pigtails or braided hair.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening with the Rockets? I would say the Rockets, when you don't play defense, you can't be consistently good. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Devils Avalanche over under 6.5. This is for you guys. Rod?
I like the over. I see about a 5-2 game here, or more.
Yeah, I think the only way, personally, this goes over is if Colorado gets it there. I don't think New Jersey's going to score enough to contribute to the total. I see it being 4-1.
So that's under?
Yeah, under for me.
How about you, Rod?
Over. I think Avs could get there almost on their own. We only need a couple. Get a couple from Jersey, we go over.
Yeah. I'm basing that solely on the fact that I don't think New Jersey's going to be able to chip in at all.
I think they can beat what's his name, with the weird French guy's name.
Well, there's Grubauer and Frank Hughes.
Tom Hogg won a bet yesterday.
Frank Hughes is supposed to be in that.
We should have it's like how we do Free for All Friday. We should have I won a bet yesterday. I won a bet this weekend Mondays. Like, you know, you have to phrase every question in the form of I had the Lakers yesterday. I had the Nuggets yesterday. I had the Ravens yesterday. Money line.
Whenever somebody says that, you're just like, oh, you just missed the show. We just had it yesterday.
We should do that. That'd be fun. Yeah, I'm getting some messages here about the stuff that went on in the Facebook group with this person, and they said this is a person that does this all the time in like every group that they're in. And I believe it. I'm difficult. I can be difficult too. I know that. But it's like, if I'm somewhere and I don't want to play by those rules, I leave. Just ask Craig. He's available. Ask him what I do when I don't want to play by the rules. I'll walk out the door. Texas Rio Grande versus Creighton. I gave this one out, and I did a video on this one, if you can believe that. I don't know, man. You guys have any opinion on this thing, Chris? Where's Mark? My opinion on this game is that's like when I did the Kennesaw State. I said it in the video too. I said, when I see the Kennesaw State versus Gardner Webb game on the schedule, the first thing that pops in my head, where in the hell's Mark? It's like, those of you guys that don't know, Mark grew up with us for years, and like, it would be like the Kentucky-Kansas game, Michigan State, Michigan, all that stuff. Mark was like, you see Fairfield versus Niagara, it's like, Mark like rushes to get his name on it. He loved those games. He loves them. We miss him. He's definitely a huge part of us. We still talk. But you guys have any opinion on this thing? Rio Grande's not that bad. They're not.
Yeah, they're not that bad. The problem is, I think the only tough, I'd say reasonably tough team they've played so far was South Dakota State. They still lost that game by 13, and I think Creighton's just a better shooting version of what South Dakota State is. So, I mean, I'll lay the 18 with Creighton here.
You don't think Creighton is a worse defensively version of South Dakota State, though?
Yeah, I just don't see...
This is where we are. It's Rio Grande versus Creighton. I mean, this is where we go. This is what we do. This is like.
It's a fair point. I just don't think Rio Grande does enough to keep that within the number.
It'll be interesting to see on YouTube if other people start doing these Rio Grande versus Creighton games. Now that I'm doing it. Everyone loves to copy what I'm doing. I would not normally do it. I normally pick out about 10 or 12 games. Like tomorrow I'll pick out 10 or 12, that I like out of those, But with only, 4 reasonable games on the entire schedule, I had to do it. Rod, any opinion here in this gem?
Yeah, I'll drop Creighton with a giant number. Do a little dance over Rio. No defense or not, I think they can outscore them.
All right. So, do the 76ers keep it rolling at home? The question format is right here at the bottom of the screen. So if you have a question about a game, this is the format. Yeah, she was tripping out, man. She was tripping. That is exactly what was happening there. It's like, so this is what happened. She posted something like, I like Ravens money line and against the spread. This was her pick, right? I like Ravens money line. They're 17-point favorites, okay? So the money line's got to be like minus what, 2,500 or something? So you have to bet $2,500 to win 100. If you bet 10 grand, you win $400, okay?
All over again.
Just back right on the bottom. Wins just like I always do. It's like, is that? I mean, so I deleted the comment, and when you delete the comments, there's like a list of the rules that I've posted, and you just click next to the rule that you feel that they violated when you remove the post. Some posts, if you call somebody, the F word or whatever, the words that I use, right? If you speak how I do in the group, which I don't speak in the group, but in real life how I speak, I just delete the comment. I don't even say anything. But if you violate a rule, like the thank me later, I told you so, like I don't see the place for it. And but she's tripping out because my wife came over to me. My wife helps moderate the group. This is, we're startup, so she's just like, this woman's tripping out. Bucks versus Grizzlies over under 228.5. I like the over. I think the Bucks might score 228.5 in this one. The Grizzlies have one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. Them and the Hawks, I mean, just hideous. You guys got to play on this one, Chris?
Yeah, I like the Bucks and the over. I always say that the Grizzlies are playing defense. There's absolutely no D whatsoever. There's nothing going on defensively for that team. I think the Bucks win by 20. This could be a replica of what they did against the Knicks.
Ugh. Too many points. I like the over. That's all I could play in this game. I'm not taking a side. If I did, I would have to leave Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, the question is on the total. The question's on the total.
Oh, okay.
That's what I gave.
We're going to.
Chris just decided that he's going to just answer whatever question he feels like it.
I'm sorry.
It's free for all Friday. It is.
There's the door. I'll be on my way.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I'm the one who stands behind you guys, man. I don't let them just treat you like a piece of meat out there.
You got to cut through a lot of fat to get to the meat on this phone, okay?
I mean, if you guys have pics of your own, the place to put those is in the Facebook group. As long as you put them in the day before, as long as you put them in before the game. It's like we got a lot of people posting pics here. It's like you put these in the Facebook group. As long as they're before the game. It's like,
we can have.
Let me be clear about this, okay?
I
knew the Ravens were going to win by 21 exactly. Y'all should have followed me. Y'all should have tailed me. It's like, how can I tail you if you don't tell me the pick until after the game? It's like, that's my other favorite one. Y'all should have tailed me. It's like, I can't tail you if you don't give out the pick, okay? It's like, y'all should have followed my ticket. Yeah, I got 10,000 posts here. I've dug through 9,000 of them, and I don't see your ticket to tail. Dallas Stars minus 155 against the Knights. Chris?
I caught it minus 145 unless it went up. I mean, Vegas is one of the harder back-to-backs in the league right now. You go from playing the defending champions to now a Dallas team that's still playing decent, even though they've had shortcomings lately. I think Subban starts here, and while he picked up his play lately, there's going to be a lot of tired legs in front of him. I like Dallas in regulation once I can get a price on it, but right now I'll lay the juice with Dallas if I have to.
That's what I like as well. Dallas on the three-way. When I looked at it, it was plus 115.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'll take
because Subban's going to probably start. Fleury started the last two, and I don't like Subban. I can't put my money behind him.
Timberwolves, Clippers. Any opinion?
I like the Clippers.
Rod?
I like the Clippers as well.
I've won two. We did this game. So I was gonna say this, but I'm glad you said it instead. Yeah, if you have picks, so now this Compton drive-by, has always been a pretty nice guy in our things. I can't say it enough times. If you have picks, the place to put those is in our Facebook group, or else now we have to block you since you decided to just make it your own show. I don't know why you did that. We did this one. How about the over-under in the Dallas Stars?
I like the under.
I like the over. Subban's in that.
Over on the Stars. Under. Keep rolling. We get this, our most popular comments. Like, guys are injured, but nobody at the sports book knows this. When they make the line, they don't know that John Morant's been out for weeks. Oh, man, I have no idea. Colorado puck win against New Jersey. I don't know what that means. Pelicans and the Sixers. Is there any...
Pelicans and Sixers. I like the 76ers here. Pelicans are
Someone's ripping.
0-7 ATS, their last 7. I'll take the 76ers here.
Yeah, I want the Sixers as well. I don't know what to make.
Here's the same guy that gave his picks. It's like, I don't know. If you have picks, man, you put them in the Facebook group. I won't block you. Someone just said a really nasty comment here, man. Thankfully, YouTube screens them out for me when they're really that nasty. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I think if you have something to say to something, it's one thing to call them an MF or any of those things. And I use the full words and I never should call anyone an MF, or I use the full thing there. But it's one thing to say that, but to use like the words like Janoris Jenkins was using, or anything that's like remotely about someone's sexual orientation or anything like that, is not acceptable in any way. It's not okay. It's number one, I don't understand. It's like how that is determined. Like, you're saying something negative about me or something like that. It's like, I'm happily married with a dog, and I know people that are happily married to another person of the same sex, with the dog. It's like, it really doesn't matter. I don't care. It's like, I'm just trying to get the winner of this Philly Pelicans game. It's like, and if you don't like the rules of our Facebook group, well, you don't have to be in it. I want everyone to be in it, but it's like, if we don't have rules in there, it's just a free for all. It's like, it can get super nasty in those things. Super nasty, man. I've been in groups where it's just super nasty, man. It's like, I'm not going to have it in mine. If you guys want to have your own groups and do that there, then that's great, man. Go ahead and do it. I'm not going to be part of it. It's like, I don't understand it. Oh, man. It's like, I feel like I'm your uncle or something, and you guys are fighting in the basement. It's like, except you're fighting with me. I don't know, man. This time, most of the time I did do something. This time, I didn't do anything. Most of the time, yeah, I did something. But this time, I didn't do anything. I like Philly here, man. I don't know. I'm expecting an announcement that Embiid's not going to be playing. I'm fully expecting it, but I'm going to take Philly here anyway. And I think we're going to get it at a better line. That's why I'm waiting on it. But
the line's dropped from 9.5 to 7.
Is Embiid not playing? Is that what's going on here?
I'm just trying to get a hold of it.
Because we have a back-to-back with at Boston, at home in Philly against the lighter team, and this is a type of spot where they do sit him, unless this is the TV game, which I don't know if it is or not. So we got there's all kinds of factors here that play. All I want for Christmas is it's like, I made that New Year's resolution 2 years ago that I was going to be a kinder, gentler Mitch, and I think I've more than come through on that. But it's like, I can't do this other stuff. It's like, it makes me not want to do it. It makes me not want to do the show anymore. It makes me not want to have a Facebook group.
The only thing I'm seeing on an injury report is that Al Horford is a game time decision. I don't see anything about Embiid just yet.
Megan Smith took 80 of our picks from yesterday, and only 2 went through. 80 of my picks.
80
of my picks. There was 80 games yesterday. 80 games that was on the schedule yesterday. Okay, because there was 4 NBA. There was how many NHL? 10, which I don't do NHL picks, right? I don't pick any NHL games. So that's 16. There was 5 college basketball games?
NFL, so there was 80 games. Were you playing Mexican handball?
I don't even understand. It's like, these are the type of questions these are the type of things that I get on YouTube. You lose every game, and then the same day I get comments, you win every game. Man, you're so good at this. You're so bad at this. It's like, I watched 2 of your videos and they both lost. It's like, yeah, what about the other 6,000 that are out there, Did they all lose? Because you're saying that they all lose. It's like, I don't know how I do this, man. I'm telling you, it never seems to get any easier for me.
No, because those you'll always have those people. You'll always get those same couple people.
Megan Smith found 80 games.
Over
yesterday.
what, the last month?
Where were these 80 games yesterday?
Maybe she meant she was looking on the website and she found 80 games over
the
last 2 months.
These are. Yeah, that's why we only do free for all 1 day a week now. That's why this happened. I don't know what this is. Who in the hell plays 80 games? No idea.
That's a Goliath if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, I know I had Iowa yesterday, right? So that was one winner, and I gave out the Nuggets. I know my premium picks were Nuggets and Ravens yesterday, so that's 3. I got 3 games right.
Oh man, you're definitely in her bad books.
I know that.
I was 8-4 in hockey.
All right, man. I'm good for today. I'm gonna be back in a few hours with Steve Monahan and talk some football. I took the Heat, the Hornets, the under in the Pacers game, the under in the Indiana-Nebraska game, Colorado, Indiana against Nebraska, and the over in the Grizzlies game. Chris has the over in the Heat-Lakers game, and Rod has the Lakers. They both took the under in the Pacers, the under in the Indiana-Nebraska game, the Rockets for Rod, the Magic for Chris, Colorado for both of them, Indiana for Chris, Nebraska for Rod. I don't like that pick, Rod. So maybe that's the one to bet at all. If you think I only get 2 right out of 80, maybe that's the all-in
That's
game.
the one.
You know. Rod and I, we don't always agree, you know. And sometimes he's on the right side, sometimes I am, and that's all fine. And that's really what it's all about, you know, the Facebook group or whatever. People are like, hey, how come you're a premium pick? How come you said this in your video or you said this on the live show, but your website says this? Because Chris could have written the article or Randy could have written the article or whatever. And they don't call me every time they write up a game and say, who do we have as a site? It's the opinion of the person that wrote the article. As a matter of fact, it says it right on there. This is the opinion of the person who wrote this. I don't know, because it says that. Anyways. Meanwhile, I think yesterday I might have gotten the better of Rod, because the 2 games that we had, the major thing, I had Buffalo. I know that much. And they won. And I also had Iowa.
I was on Buffalo yesterday.
Were you?
I was.
How about the Bruins ruining my birdcage yesterday, man? I had the birdcage going with Buffalo and
the Rangers. No,
it was the Iowa State got me for sure. They got thumped. They got pounded.
Iowa's good this year, man. Iowa's good. You know, that loss to DePaul early in the season does not look nearly as bad as it looked at the time.
And then I think we were opposite on the Dallas game.
These guys took under 6.5 in the Devils game. Creighton for both of them. Chris they both like the over in the Bucks game. They both like the Clippers, and Rod likes the over in the Stars game, and Chris likes the under. What are your guys' best bets for today?
For me, it's going to be Colorado -1.5. Clippers and Bucks. Clippers -5 over Minnesota. Milwaukee -11 over Memphis. And I did a 5-game parlay.
5? Why stop at 5?
Only 5, because I haven't been getting any of the other ones right. So I'm like, I might as well go for the big one. Just keep that going. Like Dallas in regulation -105. Colorado -1.5. Pacers, Clippers, Bucks all in the spread at +24.39.
Rod?
My top 3 of the day, I like LMU, Loyola Marymount. I like them. Lakers, I like the Lakers as one of my best bets. Dallas on the three-way to win in regulation. And I'm going to take a shot with a two-team parlay. I'm going to take both in hockey. I'm going to take Dallas -2.5 and Colorado -2.5 plus 913.
What was the first parlay again?
Dallas -2.5.
Yeah, I got that one. All right. So for the parlays, Chris likes the Clippers and the Bucks parlayed, and then he likes the Stars in regulation, the Avs on the puck line, Clippers, Pacers, Bucks as a 5-teamer, and then Rod likes Dallas -2.5, Colorado -2.5, pays over 9-1 on your money for a 2-teamer. So that might be a good place to be. But these light schedules, very, very doggy last time. Anyways, this is Mitch with the. Ooh, what a lousy toss that was.
It's new cards.
Yes, guy. You know what?
They changed the
Gotta
paper.
get used to the weight.
They did change the. What happened was it's like the last time I ordered like note cards, and these are postcards, so it's like they're just a little different. I just ordered the wrong ones. That's
You gotta flick your. You
It's
gotta flick
okay.
your
It's okay. I've only got 2,000 of them, so in 2 or 3 years we'll get some new ones. It's like this. Like I got this, right? This is just one stack. I have this many. Can you see it on the kitchen counter? The box sitting there right on the corner of the counter. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's this giant box of these things.
Cue up the training montage. You see Mitch ninja starring these postcards on a dartboard with like Eye of the Tiger in the background.
Slicing bananas in half with his cards. Uh-oh. It's like one of those other guys. Look at my stacks.
I got so much money. Much money. Like, it's all ones and fives. This is like my tip money, for the guys at the golf course. Like I tip everybody, the guy, the starter, and then I tip like the person that checks you in behind the desk, everybody. So I always have tons of ones and five. All right, man. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. I'll see everybody at 4 p.m. with Steve Monahan for football free-for-all. We don't really have a lot of football this week, but we can talk bowl games too. Have a great day.